Hey, what's up guys, it's Theyo from Final Concept. Now if you're on the market to purchase a gimbal, then you may as well consider this one. This is the review of the Zhiyun Weebill S. Is it any good? Well, let's find out then. The Weebill S showcases an exceptional build quality with a steady and durable construction. The compact and lightweight design makes it highly portable and easy to carry. The version I have here came with a bag, which if you want one you have to pay a little bit extra, so bear that in mind. Inside the bag is a mini tripod, the gimbal itself, and a bunch of other accessories like the cables for connecting the gimbal to your camera irrespective of the camera you're using, the USB Type-C charging cable for the batteries, and the battery charger. You also get the quick release plate and some other extensions for heavier and longer lenses. Powered by Zhiyun's latest motor technology, it effectively minimizes unwanted vibrations and camera movement. With an impressive payload capacity of up to 6.61 pounds or 3 kilograms, the Weebill S is suitable for a wide range of mirrorless and DSLR cameras. The adjustable mounting plate and flexible balancing options allow for quick and hassle-free camera installation. So I have the camera, the lens, and the gimbal. The first thing I do is connect the mini tripod to the bottom of the gimbal. Taking a look at the quick release plate, you need to connect the camera with the lens on. The idea here is to have the camera set in a way that you normally would shoot with. That means you have the battery inserted into the camera, you flip the lens hood as always, and pull out the screen if you are using a flip out screen. Also take off the lens cover, because if you balance the camera with the lens cover on, once you take it off when you are ready to shoot, you end up with this. Also make sure to have a coin at hand for tightening the screw beneath the quick release plate. Another thing to take note of is that the heavier end of the quick release plate is facing the lens on the camera and not the other way around. There are 3 locks on the gimbal. We have the roll lock, the tilt lock, and the pan lock. Now I'm not going to go through how to balance this gimbal because there are a ton of tutorials out there on the internet, but this is more or less like a summary. First things first, lock all the axes and unlock them one at a time, adjusting the camera at each step. The first one to unlock is the tilt axis, located on the right side of the gimbal. Move the camera back and forth until the camera is stationary on the gimbal. Once done, you tighten the lock on the left side of the gimbal like so. Still on tilt, turn the camera with the lens facing up and adjust accordingly until the camera is also stationary. Tighten up the screw and then lock the tilt axis. Next is the roll axis. Unlock the roll axis on the side and adjust the camera left or right until it doesn't tilt to one side when you leave it. Tighten up the lock for the roll right at the bottom of the camera. Then finally the pan axis. Hold up the gimbal and have the lens facing down. Adjust accordingly until the camera does not swing too much to the left or right, even when you move the gimbal. Now that we have our gimbal perfectly balanced, we can go ahead and turn it on. But wait, it is also important to unlock all the axes before you turn it on. Not doing so could and would damage the motors in the gimbal, thereby reducing its lifespan. I mostly put the batteries in the gimbal once everything is set up and then turn on the gimbal. One more thing to do is allow the gimbal to automatically tune the camera by going to the menu, selecting motor and then auto. The gimbal will begin to shake a little while adjusting the camera in place. One thing to keep in mind whilst doing this is to have the gimbal on a flat surface. I prefer having it on a table or on the bare floor. And if for some reason the gimbal vibrates after powering it on and setting it down on a table or the floor, is because the gimbal is not well balanced. So once you notice this, just rebalance everything and try again. For an extra grip, I got this grip extension so I do not always have to take the mini tripod off from the bottom and then put it back each time I want to set it down. Here are some resulting footage shooting with this gimbal. I used the Nikon Z5 paired with a Tamron 35mm f1.8 lens. You also have to keep in mind that once you are working with a gimbal, you have to do the ninja walk. That means you bend your knees just a little bit to compensate for the shocks that your leg makes with the ground with each step. Now I know there are a bunch of awesome features that I didn't even go through because I haven't personally used them myself, but paired with the right camera and accessories, you can create some interesting content. So here comes the big question: would I recommend this? Well, for the past 2 years, since 2021, I have been using this particular gimbal paired with the Nikon Z5 and the Tamron 35mm f1.8 to shoot all the corporate and wedding videos that I have been posting. So yeah, definitely recommend it. In my case, it hasn't really given me any sort of issues. It is perfect for what I have been using it for, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. So for $280, I highly recommend getting the Zhiyun Weebill S. It is far better than what I was using initially, that is the Weebill Larbi, which drops in a lot of functionalities when it comes to this. And for some reason, it even costs a lot more than this, which doesn't make sense to me. So at $350, definitely don't get the Weebill Larbi, get the Weebill S. But for those of you who are using point and shoot cameras, smaller APS-C mirrorless cameras, or just their smartphones for videos, then I believe you should check out the Zhiyun Crane M2, which I have already made a video about. That is going to be up here or down in the description below. That is going to be a lot cheaper and a lot convenient for you. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel and other channels, shall have them linked below. And as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theyo from Film Concept, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.